All right, for today's art project, we are going to be creating space. We are creating a sense of space on a two-dimensional surface because we're going to be drawing a flat picture. But the magic of being an artist is we can create the illusion of space. And these are some ways that artists create space in their artwork. We're going to be doing some foreground and background creation, putting objects in the front and some things in the back. We're going to be overlapping, drawing one thing in front of or behind the other to create some space. We're going to draw things that are closest to us really big, and things that are smaller are further away. So things, as they get further away from us, they get smaller. We're also going to be using positioning on our paper to help show space. So things that are closest to us will be at the bottom. Things that are furthest away will be at the top of our paper. So for this, we're going to start off by constructing a basic barn shape. We are going to be using our lines. I'm going to start by drawing a horizontal line right here. Then I'm going to draw a vertical line. Well, and I'll let you know, this is going to be the base of our barn. I'm going to draw a vertical line that goes up straight. Now, one thing I want you to notice about my vertical line is that it is perpendicular to the line I just drew. See this horizontal line? This is my horizontal line, and my vertical line is perpendicular to that, meaning it's 90 degrees. If you were to take a card or a piece of paper, see how it lines up with the corner? That's because this card, and just like any piece of paper, it has a right angle, a 90-degree angle. These two edges create a perpendicular line. And we're going to be creating another perpendicular vertical line right here. And it should be the same height. If you need to, draw one a little longer or erase one to make it a little shorter. And now we need one more vertical perpendicular line right there. All three lines. You'll see how these two lines are closer together than this one. So this is going to turn into the front of our barn, and this is going to be the side of our barn. Let me show you how that's going to happen. I'm going to draw a horizontal line connecting those two lines, and then another one connecting those two vertical lines. Now we can go ahead and find the middle of this square. I'm going to bring my pencil up, make a mark, and then I'm going to draw a diagonal line from this corner to that point I made. Draw another diagonal line from the point to this corner. That's the front of our barn. Now here is where the magic starts to happen. This diagonal line, I need to draw the same angle from here to here, because I need to make the rest of my barn roof. Okay? So this is the front of my barn roof. Let me go ahead and I'm going to draw a horizontal line. I'm going to draw it a little bit lightly because I know I'm going to have to erase some of it. Notice how I drew it past this line here. That's okay. I'm going to erase some of this. But now let's get back to this diagonal line. I want to repeat this angle right here. It's got to be the same line right here. It's a little tricky to do, but the more you practice, the better you get. So there's that line there. I can lightly draw it first. See how light that is? When I'm happy with it, I can draw it firmly. And you see that extra bit there? I am going to erase that. And if you can't erase it completely, I don't know, you could turn it into a nice flagpole. That'd be totally cool. All right, there's a basic barn structure. We can add some more details. You ready? We're going to add a silo. And we're going to use our knowledge of space and how we can create it. We're going to practice creating some space with some overlapping. So I'm going to draw a silo that is sort of behind my barn. It's going to be, my barn will overlap my silo. So right next to my barn, not right next to it, but a little spaced out, I'm going to draw a vertical line that goes up and maybe a little past the roof. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw the top of the silo. I'm going to curve it up and then bring it straight down. And that, draw a little bottom line there for the bottom of the silo. And that's a good bottom. Now, to add a little touch of silo detail now, we can add more later, but just a little slight curve there. Little curve there. Little curve there. And then a straight line in between. Check that out. All right, so basic barn, basic silo. We can add another line here, another line here, a little silo detail there. I'm just going to keep adding lines in between. All right, I got to stop and move on, Miss Manning. Come on. All right, so there we go. So here we have our foreground, the very front of our artwork. We've got our basic barn. We've got our silo. All right, we've done some overlapping. We've done some position because the silo and the barn are at the bottom. Now let's go ahead and start adding some background. We're going to need to add a horizon line. And let's go ahead and make a horizon line that goes from one edge all the way straight across. If it touches the silo, don't draw through it. Pick up your pencil and then continue on the other side. And there we go. We've got a line that goes from one side of the paper all the way to the other, and it is in the middle-ish of our paper. This is our horizon line. So this is all land, and then this is where the land meets the sky. We can actually throw some more land back here though, but we can still call this our horizon line. What we can add in our background is maybe some mountains. I know in our area, if you hit the highway and head north or even south, you'll see lots of beautiful farmland and lots of beautiful mountains in the background. So when they're further away, there's not too much detail in the mountains. That is actually also another space trick. Oh, not trick, but a technique. Things that are closer to you have more details. Things that are further away have less. And we call that clarity. Things that are closer to you, nice and crisp. Details are clear. But as they get further away, things get a little fuzzier and less clear. We can actually throw some of that clarity into our artwork. Simple mountainscape. If you wanted to, we could even add a little wavy line back here. We could imagine this is like a forest. And the forest is so far away, you cannot see individual trees. All you see is just the green scape of the trees. Now, from here, well, you can go to town, adding lots of great farm details. I want you to keep in mind, though, all the different ways that we can continue to add to that idea of space. We can add some larger objects in the foreground. We can add small things in the background. We can overlap to create some details and some space. We can even use color. I want you to do some research and get wild with your barn details. See if you can make it look really rustic or maybe super fancy. I'm going to go ahead and work on mine, and I'll show you the finished results when I'm done. I can't wait to see how you are also creating your sense of space on your drawings. It's a fantastic superpower to harness.